The economy has some fragilities to it and fault lines. I think there's some breaks in the foundation, and we're not patching them up right now. So the cracks are getting larger rather than smaller. They could be patched up with a change in policy, but right now policy has not changed. Actions speak louder than words. And what we've seen is, although the administration is trying to move forward on trade agreements, they have not backed off on any of the tariffs they've levied so far, even though they've come to tentative agreements with some of our closest trading partners. The one issue the Fed is watching very closely is corporate debt. And corporate debt has gone up quite a bit. And by the end of this year, I do expect the Fed will do their December rate hike. That's a doubling of interest rates in a year. They're still low, but that interest expense is going up. And I think that's where the Fed is starting to look for some of these tipping points that might not be what they once thought would be at a neutral rate. So some things in the economy we've extended and pretended in many aspects of the corporate sector. And when we should have been restructuring earlier in the cycle when we could have absorbed it, a lot of it is going to be pushed out to rate hike when rate hikes are only a little bit higher. And I think that's one of the concerns that the Fed has.
We have had tariffs all our lives. Yeah. It's not a new phenomenon. Tariffs in and of themselves don't really undo the market. What it does is basically a threat of it not stopping at any point and going all in. I think once that probability gets priced out, we'll be okay.
This number this morning doesn't change the Fed's opinion of anything, does it?
No, it doesn't. I think there's enough momentum in the economy for a doctrinaire Fed that's worried about inflation that hasn't kind of manifested itself. I think they go in December, and they probably go one or two times in 2019 as well.
But you don't see the inflationary pressures that perhaps they're concerned about?
There is none. I think they're just stuck with this Phillips curve thing that has kind of bothered them all along, but there is no real pressure.
For me, the main question really is, at what point does the economy get to a trend growth pace, and at what point does the unemployment rate stop falling? If the unemployment rate stopped falling on a multi-month kind of perspective, looking not just at the household survey but also other indicators, then I think it would be appropriate to take a pause. And the probability of that happening, well, I don't think we're close to that. I think the probability of that happening has increased.